welcome to JMCV Learning. Today I am going to discuss the second session of electronic spreadsheet. In the first session we discussed what is spreadsheet and the formatting part of the spreadsheet. In here we are going to discuss the mathematical part and the sorting with charts. So let us start to discuss. So first in the session I discuss what is the difference between formula and the function. Again we will revise the what is formula and the function. Formula is an expression that calculates the value of a cell. That means if you want to do a mathematical part, that means if it is addition, subtraction, division or multiplication, you just have to write the equation in the cell and press enter. That is all you have to do if you want to do a formula in the Excel. Sometimes in the Excel you have some formulas, that means they are predefined. Remember, this is really important, predefined formulas. That means if it is addition, if you want to get the total of sum of the cells, we are using the sum function. We are not using it as formula. If you are using the plus sign only to get the total, we are using the formula. We are calling that is formula. But if you are using the sum instead of the plus sign, we are calling it as the function. In here you have to study, you have to learn some 5 functions in the MS Excel. So it is a predefined formula already available in Excel. You can see sum, average, another one is max, min, count and counter. So this is the functions and the formulas which has been given in your textbook. You can see symbols used in spreadsheet formula. That means we are calling now formulas, not the functions, not the predefined formula. We are just calling what are the functions. So in here you can see in the previous session I also told the MS Excel can't understand if it is a mathematical equation if you are not entering the equal sign. Only the MS Excel will understand this is what you have typed in the MS Excel will be a mathematical equation with the equal sign. Okay. So next another formula, if you want to get the total or the addition, we are using the add plus sign. If you want to get the subtraction part, if you want to do the subtraction, you can use minus. And multiplication, remember we are not using X, we are using star mark in the keyboard as the multiplication. For the division we are using the /. Now these are the formula symbols we are using in the MS Excel. So as some of the formulas can be done through the Microsoft MS Excel functions. That means if you want to get the addition, only actually this is the sum of the, I told that only the sum function can be operated instead of the plus sign. If you want to get the total of sum of the cells, you can use sum function. If you want to get the average of sum of the cell range, you can use average function. And this is max function, this is used to find the highest value in cell range. And this is the min function which is used to find the lowest value in the cell range. So now we are going to see the practical part, how to do these formulas and the functions in detail with the practicals. So let us start to do the practical session for the formulas and the functions. First you have to open your Microsoft Excel. You know how to open the Microsoft Excel. Now let us see how to do the formulas and the functions. First I will enter some of the data here. That means for the cell A1 I will use some I just want to revise some parts I have done in the session 1. I told when you enter some of the text in the when you enter some of the text in the MS Excel, it will be aligned to left side. If you are entering some numbers in the MS Excel, they will be aligned to right side. So, if I enter some data, that will be aligned to left. If I enter some numbers, they will be aligned to right side. So, I will enter some of the data numbers only in here to do the mathematical part. Okay. Now, let us see, first of all I will discuss the formula part. Formula we have discussed, plus sign, minus, multiplication and the subtraction. To get the, if you want to get the total of this cell range, what is the cell range? Now you know how to name this cell range. First I told, when you are writing a cell range, first you have to take the left side highest top cell. Left side top cell, that means you can't take the left or right because this is a column. So, you have to take only the top one and the bottom one. What is the top cell? You can see A1 is the top cell. Then what is the lowest cell? It will be the A4. So, the cell range of these numbers will be A1. When you are writing cell range, I told there should be some symbol calling colon. You have to press the colon, then A4. This is the cell range for here. Now you know the cell range. Now if you want to get the sum of this cell range, that means you have to press, first of all you have to press the equal, because MS Excel now identify, now I want to perform a mathematical equation. So, I press the equal sign first, then one by one you have to write this cell. That means if you have to take the A1 plus, then you can type the cell name here, otherwise you can just click. Take the mouse and go to the cell, then you just have to click on the cell and automatically the cell will be displayed on the our selected cell. Then again you have to type in here, the cursor is blinking here, then you have to press plus. Then again go to the, now I am not typing the cell, I am just selecting the cell only. Again take your mouse and click on the cell you want to get the addition. Again go to the plus sign, then again select the cell. Now you have to just press, if you want to get, now my total is okay, now I just want to get the total addition, so I press enter. So the value will be automatically calculated. This is the addition. So if you want to subtract this cell with this cell, that what is this cell? This is A4. So I will again press the equal sign, then I will select, I want this cell to be subtract with this cell A2. Now I will, if you want to get the subtraction, minus, type minus, then select the other cell A2, then press enter. The value will be automatically calculated. Now if you want to get the multiplication, again I will take A1 with A3. Now again first what you have to type, equal, then select the first cell A1, then not the X key in the keyboard, you have to press the multiplication symbol. This is multiplication symbol, you can see it is top of the 8 key, okay, in the keyboard. With the shift plus shift with the 8 you have to press, then you can see multiplication, then I will select A3, press enter, you can get the multiplication. If you want to divide, for A3 from A2, again you have to enter the equal sign, then press A3, click on the A3, then forward slash in the keyboard, then press A2, then press enter, you can get the value. This is the addition part, this is the subtraction, multiplication and division. So, these are the formulas that you have to learn and practice. So, this so let us go to the formula part. Formula, So, let us discuss the function part of the Microsoft Excel. Function means predefined formula. That means they have given predefined one, the predefined formula. Now you can see here, it is the easiest. If I am taking an example here, now I have to type, to get the total I have to type one by one, the cell name I have to type one by one. Instead of typing the cell one by one, you just have to click on the, just have to use the function name calling sum. So, let us start to do that practical. So, let us discuss the formula part. I have given in here same data in for the same data I have used as the formula. So, I have given the for data, I have given some of the numbers here, and you can see total, average, maximum and minimum. So, if we want to get the, now this is the function part, not the formula. Okay. Now, if you want to get the total in the MS Excel, instead of typing one by one, instead of typing cell name one by one, you can just use the sum function to get the total of the cell range. To do so, again remember, whatever you are using the formula and the function, you have to remember, you have to type the equal sign first, because Microsoft Excel does not know that you are performing a mathematical equation, instead you are not using the equal sign. So, if you first you have to press equal sign, then you have to type the sum, that means you have to get the total, that is SUM, only SUM. You can see the function calling this in the drop down menu, you can see they have given sum. So, you can click here sum. Then remember, you have to, now in the formula I get this cell by cell. Now remember, when you are working with the functions, you have to take the cell ranges. That is the importance of the cell ranges we learnt in the session 1. Then you have to press open bracket, then select the cell range. You can type the cell range now, but I think it is better to select from B1 to B4. Automatically that will be displayed in here, B1 colon B4. Then you have to use closing bracket, then press enter, the total will be calculated. So, this is the sum function. Remember, the sum function is used to get the total of the cell range. If you want to see the formula, if you want to see the function you have entered in the cell, you have to select the cell and double click on it, then the function will be displayed. Now, I will be gone to the average, that if you want to get the average of the cell range, you just again have to type the equal sign, then type average. There is no short form here, you have to type the whole word average. Average, you can see average, then open bracket, then again you have to select same cell range here B1 to B4, then close bracket, again press enter. Now, you will be calculated the average. Now, if you want to get the maximum, that means in the cell range what is the maximum number? If you want to take that cell, you can use the max function, MAX, max. Again you have to select the cell, then type equal sign. Now, you have to type the max, then again type open bracket, again you have to select the cell range, then close the bracket. Now, you can see in here, you can see 9 is the answer. So, let us see MS Excel also identify that 9 will be the answer. Now, if it is minimum, if you want to get the minimum, answer is 2. Now, whether let us see the MS Excel can identify that one. To do that, first you have to type the equal sign, then you have to use the min, MIN, min. For the maximum only when you are using the only these 3 words, the first 3 words in here first 3 letters, in here first 3 letters, and for the minimum also first 3 letters we are using min. Again open bracket, then select B1 to B4 again, then closing bracket, press enter, 2 will be displayed. So, this is the way you have to use the functions in the MS Excel. But another type of the functions you should know, that is count and counter. Let us see what is the difference between count and counter. Now, I will here, this is for the function part, MS Excel function part, it is okay, but when you are dealing with the text and the numbers, we are using usually we are using the count and counter functions. So, again I will type here some values with the text. Now, you can see in I will select E1 to E5 cell range. Now, if I want to get the count means if in the cell range, count function will calculate only the numbers which consist of that cells. That means in this cell range E1 to E5, how many cells have the numbers? You can see only E1, E4 and E5 have the numbers, not the E2 or the E3. Only E2 and E3 has letters, but in here you can see numbers are in only 3 cells. So, count function will be calculate how many cells have the numbers. To do that, first again you have to type the equal sign, then type count, C-O-U-N-T, count, again open bracket. Now, again you have to select cell range E1 to E5, then close bracket, count E1 to E5. Now, the answer should be 3 because in this cell range only 3 cells have the numbers. So, when I press enter, the answer will be 3. Count, that is count. Counter function will be calculate the numbers and the counter function will be calculate numbers and the text, both will be calculated. But remember, count will be calculated only numbers, counter function will be calculated numbers with the text. To take the answer, you can see numbers with the text means in the cell range we can see all the cells has the numbers, only 3 cells have the numbers and the other 2 cells has the text, that means 5. The answer should be 5. So, let us see equal sign counter, C-O-U-N-T-A, counter, then open bracket, then again select the cell range, close bracket, equal counter, open bracket, open within the brackets E1 colon E5, answer will be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember the difference between count and counter, again I will tell. Count function will calculate only the numbers in the cell range, counter function will be calculated numbers and both numbers and the text. So, these are the practical session for the formula and the functions. So, let us discuss the sorting part. What is sorting? Sorting allows you to organize data based on some criteria, usually alphabetic. Remember, in the if you want to order your data according to alphabet letter from the ascending, that means A to Z to Z to A. You can do the formatting part also. This is also formatting. Sorting is a formatting part. Based on some criteria, usually we are using alphabetic A to Z or Z to A, or numerical lowest to highest or the highest to lowest. Remember, there are 2 types of sorting in the MS Excel. It can be either alphabetic way or the numerical way. So, let us discuss the activity, let us discuss the activity in the working book. So, now let us discuss the charts in the Microsoft Excel. In Microsoft Excel, a chart is often called as a graph. Another name for the chart is graph. A chart is a powerful tool that allows you to visually display data, a variety of different chart formats. That means if you want to show your data in a in the user interesting graphical way, if you want to represent it in a graphical way, in the pie chart or in the column charts, you can use the chart or the graphs. There are some chart types you have to be remember. Can be used to display spreadsheet data graphically. This is used for the graphically if you want to represent it without using only the tabular format. You can see in the MS Excel we are using only the tabular format, but if you want to make it your data in more interestingly, you can use graphical way. That means graphically if you want to represent your data, you can use the chart. So, there are some chart types they have given. This is calling as column graph or the column chart, and this is the line chart, this is pie chart, this is bar chart, column chart and the bar chart. You can see vertically, if it is vertical way, if you want to represent the data in vertical way, you can use the column graph. If you want to display your data in the horizontal way, you can use the bar chart. In here area and scatter and the other chart types, donut charts are there, you can use here. So, these are the chart types. Now, let us see other activities in your workbook. So, this is all for this chapter, that means electronic spreadsheet. So, in the first session and the second session I discussed with the practicals what are the what is Microsoft Excel and what are the formattings and the chart types and the sorting part and the mathematical part. So, if you want to really good in MS Excel, you have to practice these things again and again. I think you have been understood everything I have discussed and showed with the practicals. So, practice again and again. So, good luck. Thank you.